Blockchain is one of the most exciting fields for developers to start their careers. We're talking about an industry that's positioned for exponential growth for the rest of this decade, but how can you get started today and take advantage of this opportunity? Well, in this video, I want to talk about a massive career opportunity for blockchain developers that are trying to get their start that just came across my desk and how this could be instrumental for you in trying to launch your career. So I'm going to tell you everything you need to know in this video today as a blockchain developer myself who works with this technology on a daily basis. So if you're new around here, hey, I'm Gregory, and on this channel, I turn you into a blockchain master. So if that's something that you're interested in, then smash that like button down below for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe to this channel. And if you're excited about what you see in this video today, and you want to get the skills that you need to break into the blockchain industry, then I can show you how to do that step-by-step from start to finish over at dappuniversity.com/bootcamp. All right, so let's get into this. Let's talk about this massive career opportunity for blockchain developers. So just last week, we got this announcement for ZK Sync's fellowship program, which is a 4 to 6 month intensive program where you can get paid to work on blockchain projects related to the ZK Sync ecosystem and have some bonuses where at the end of this, you could potentially join the team at Matter Labs who creates ZK Sync, or use this as insane experience to launch your career at the next thing. And this is perfect for people of all different types of backgrounds and situations like students, developers, researchers, or academics. And now I want to talk about why this opportunity is such a big deal. Now, full disclosure, this is not a sponsored video or anything like that. I just saw this opportunity come up and wanted to share it with you all because I think it's such a big deal. And so why is that? Well, basically, one of the hardest parts about breaking into the blockchain industry is just that, having the experience that you need for someone to take a chance on you, because ultimately that's what has to happen. Someone has to take a chance on you so that you can get your foot in the door and then build up your skills to get, whatever job you want to in the future. Because a lot of people want developers with experience, and there's a whole catch-22. If you need experience to get a job, then how do you get a job with that experience? Well, you need to do something that's going to get you that experience with way lower stakes. And one strategy for doing that is through these types of fellowship programs where the expectations on you are going to be much lower than someone who's just coming out as a full-time developer. It's not going to require the same type of background and experience. You just have to have the skills in order to pull off the end goal that they're looking for in this type of fellowship. All right, so how does it work? Well, basically what you do is you submit a topic, maybe from one of their suggested categories, which I'll go over here in a minute, or your own topic that basically furthers the ZK Sync ecosystem, and your proposal will get reviewed. And if it gets accepted, then you will come on as a fellow for 4 to 6 weeks. You'll get paid this entire time, and that in that period you'll have different options available to you. On the upside, maybe joining the team behind all these developments. But even if that doesn't happen, you're going to have a really strong resume piece to go on to the next thing. So what will you be doing? Okay, so in order to understand this opportunity, you have to understand what ZK Sync is and who Matter Labs is. So Matter Labs is the company that creates the ZK Sync technology. What is ZK Sync? It's a scaling solution for Ethereum based upon zero-knowledge cryptography. Okay, that's essential to understand because this is where a lot of this stuff, really lies. So if you're not familiar with layer 2s what are they? Well, you can go see them on a website like l2beat.com. Some big examples are like Arbitrum, Optimism, Base, and then ZK Sync, among many others. So basically, one of the biggest complaints about Ethereum is that it's too slow and it's too expensive to use. And Ethereum's long-term solution for this is to create layer 2 scaling solutions, where basically you build this separate environment that works kind of like a blockchain, but it just piggybacks on top of Ethereum, and you do most of your transactions there, and then those transactions get settled back on the main Ethereum chain. Now, you pay the gas fees in Ether or Ethereum cryptocurrency on these things, and so they're inextricably linked. Those two are on top of each other, layer 1 and layer 2. Now, there's different types of layer 2 scaling solutions out there. The two most popular types are optimistic rollups. Okay, that's like where Arbitrum, Optimism, and Base are. And then zero-knowledge rollups, which is what ZK Sync is. And so zero-knowledge rollups are powered by zero-knowledge cryptography, which is a lot of what these proposals have to do with. And so basically that's got to do with a cryptographic technique called a zero-knowledge proof, which basically is proving information is true without revealing the information itself. And that has multiple applications across cryptography, like digital identity. But one way is scaling, okay? So basically you can prove that information about transactions is valid without giving away all the transaction information. And that's what allows you to add more data or the validity of data into a smaller footprint, which is how you can scale a blockchain. Basically, it allows you to put more information into a smaller footprint. That reduces the scaling bottleneck, and then boom, faster transactions. All right, so now let's look at some of the topics for consideration for this fellowship, because that's the whole idea is you pick a topic, you submit it to them, and that's what you get to work on. So this might be from their list that they've suggested or something that you come up with yourself. But let's look at the suggested list, and I'm going to kind of go through this and talk about some of the ones that I think are, very doable for someone watching this channel who has the type of skills about what I talk about. So it's going to be a mixed thing because some of these things are going to be very, specific to core development, deep in zero knowledge cryptography. And if that's you watching this channel, awesome. But vast majority of people aren't quite there. So I would probably recommend staying away from those topics. They're going to be too epic to pull off. But what are some of the ones that I think are way more doable? Well, let's look at this one first of all. So roll-up data exploration that goes beyond L2Beat. So the website I just talked about a second ago is L2Beat.com. It just aggregates the activity in TVL for these L2 rollups. Now, this is something that's very doable because you can just take a look at the types of metrics that they have here and find ways to expand upon this and then just create a website that hooks into a node for one of these types of things, aggregates the data, and just displays it on a web page. There's some challenges there, but it's not that hard on the grand scheme of things. So another one would basically be something like this, cross L2 gas fee mechanisms. So I'm not exactly sure what they're looking at here, but basically the whole idea is finding accurately what the gas cost is going to be on different layer 2 blockchains, and then potentially finding ways to split that cost if you're going to do a multi-chain transaction or find out which has the most efficient thing there. So there's lots of things this could be, but I have a feeling this is not going to be an incredibly challenging topic to dive into with the skills that you might have gained from watching this channel. Another one is fuzz testing ZK Sync components. So fuzz testing basically is using automated tools to look for security vulnerabilities. So I'm not sure what it's talking about, if it wants you to use existing tools to look at these types of components, or if you want to develop new fuzz testing tools that can find these types of things, but that's one that you could theoretically do. Another one is MEV and rollups. This is miner extractable value. So if you've been part of the Dapp University community working on MEV bots or anything like that, then you would have the knowledge to get started in this field as well. And then finally, one down here is a Web3.js, Ethers.js, generalization that separates interaction intention from ABI coding, transaction encoding, and signature creation. So the whole idea is basically making a better version of Web3.js or Ethers.js for the ZK Sync ecosystem with the specifications they have here. Now, it's kind of an epic project to create a generalized JavaScript library for blockchain interaction, but you still have the foundational skills that you need to tackle something like this. You're going to have to learn a lot through the process, but if you have months and months to do it, then you've got the foundational skills. And so in addition to the skills that I teach on this channel and through Dapp University, how could you additionally learn more about zero knowledge cryptography to level up if it's for this type of fellowship, or if you just want to increase your knowledge of zero knowledge and how it works? Well, I'll put this link to this down in the YouTube comments. So this is the Ingopedia or Ingopedia, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but this is a pretty comprehensive encyclopedia on zero knowledge cryptography that's going to answer pretty much any question that you might have on the topic. All right, so finally, once you've picked your topic, what do? Well, basically, you need to submit by October 15th. So that's just a few weeks away at the time of recording this video, a 2-page PDF proposal to this email address here. That's going to include all the information listed on this website, like your name, your background, and a bunch of common sense stuff that you would expect in a submission like this. And it looks like there's a pretty fast turnaround time where they will respond to you if you're selected by November 1st. So you need to submit in a couple weeks, and then in the next 2 weeks, you'll hear back. And if you get the opportunity to do that, of course, you'll be working on this for 4 to 6 months, earning payment throughout that entire process, and then at the end, get some really exciting career opportunities once you finished. And again, I think this is a really great opportunity for anybody who's trying to get their foot in the door in the industry. So let me know in that comment section below. Are you excited about this opportunity? Are you excited about zero knowledge cryptography and its applications for blockchain scaling? So if you are excited about all that stuff, you like what you see in this video today, then make sure you smash that like button down below for the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And if you want to learn all the skills that you need to jump on this type of thing, then I can show you how to do that. You can go to my YouTube homepage. You can find my free courses there. They're like Udemy courses, but they're totally free. And if you like those videos and you want to take the next step, or hey, maybe you want to take a master shortcut entirely, I can show you how to become a blockchain master step-by-step from start to finish over at dappuniversity.com/bootcamp. You really don't have to be an expert to get started today. I thought people with zero coding experience become real-world blockchain developers in a matter of months. So that's all I've got. Until next time, thanks for watching Dapp University.